I wanted to start with a couple of my need to knows around technology and math. Is kindergarten too early for students to be on screens in the class? What's the best use of math and technology for students? What benefit does the learner gain? And how can technology be misused in math education? How do we use it in a responsible way? I found an article that answered some of these for me. Vygotsky Meets Technology, a reinvention of collaboration in the early childhood mathematics classroom. So it's talking about the use of technology in primary classrooms, specifically for supporting and developing important collaboration skills. This is part of our 21st century learning. This is part of our new curriculum. And we actually want kids to be able to self-assess on these skills. When we think about collaboration, it's hard in the classroom. We have a real range of learners with a real range of needs. ELL learners, we have kids with different abilities, output weaknesses. I notice a lot of social emotional needs, the fear to make a mistake. They don't want to participate. It's hard enough to get them to work with pairs or with somebody, and lack of classroom supports. This article kind of promotes the idea that technology can help even the playing field because it allows for a range of learners to be able to participate and develop these important collaboration skills. And the development of communication and collaborative skills then translates over to math mastery because we're helping to develop these higher order thinking skills. This article talks about the shift of power. Teachers are no longer the knowledge keepers. We can use technology to help spread this out. Vygotsky refers to these as the MKO, or the more knowledgeable others. In the 1900s, it was the teacher. We've now been able to shift this power using technology. Technology can allow for teachers, for peers, for math programs, or for even teachers on the internet to be these more knowledgeable others. As we think about using technology in our classroom, there are a couple of things to consider when we're looking at programs or when we're looking at platforms for kids to be interacting and using. Is there an opportunity for students to initiate the publishing? We want them to be active learners. We want them to be taking ownership of what they're creating and publishing. Are there privacy controls? Is there an opportunity for students to work in pairs, small groups, or whole groups? That could be virtual. Their partner might be a virtual partner somewhere else. And students need to interact through teacher-selected networks that allow for a feedback loop. This feedback loop is very important for those collaboration skills. It can't be a one-way. We need the feedback to develop those communication skills, those higher order thinking skills. And it's kind of cool that there's programs out there that are pretty simple to use, almost like iMovie allows for that, stop motion movies, Educreations. So there are apps that we're already using that I think teachers just need to learn a little bit more about to understand the significance of using them and the importance of using them to develop those math higher order thinking skills. Avatars was talked about. I've always dismissed them, but this article helped me to realize that online avatars aid students in expression with their peers. It increases their connectedness and can improve their self-confidence. So those kids that are hesitant to participate, to put their hand up, to share their thinking, when they're able to create this avatar, it allows them an entryway into participating and using these communication skills. And then it's interesting that this collaborating virtually acts as a scaffold to collaborating in the physical world. So sometimes they just need a different way to begin this process or to begin this learning. Technology can allow for that. There are a couple of free online programs that this article talked about. Voki uses an avatar to share thoughts and ideas through text or recordings. VoiceThread, teacher uploads and the student's able to respond to it. And then lastly, vodcasts or video sharing. And I talked about the use of iMovies or stop motion and then sharing them and getting feedback from your peers. So this did cover a couple of my need to knows, and I support the idea of technology and math.